Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new chapter of One Piece, which is at chapter 966. Now, I'm pretty sure if you guys might have realized that two manga sites, or should I say translators, got shut down recently, and apparently that's the reason why I was unable to do that new chapter recap of One Piece last night. I was gonna do the new One Piece chapter recap around Sunday, because that's when the official legal release would get out or something, but there would be another rough translation to come about. So yeah, that's the reason why this chapter recap might seem late or might be a little bit strange, but yeah, so if anything else, let's just get this started. We have the Goldie Roger comes in and attacks Whitebeard and his crew, and we have that Oden ends up using his two-sword style and clashes against Roger's crew. He tried to clash against Roger himself, but gets blasted away by him. And we see to it that Whitebeard and Roger clash against each other, and you know what's really crazy is that these guys, their weapons are not even touching each other, which means that their level of haki or Bushoshoku haki is at that point, which means this is when they're at their major peak right now. And we see to it that Whitebeard's crew and Roger's crew end up clashing against each other, and it lasted 3 days and 3 nights. Yes, they lasted 3 days and 3 nights, dude. And of course, after a couple days, they seem to be on good terms and being good friends and exchange a couple gifts, which is really cool. And we see to it that I think Teach or someone on Whitebeard's crew ends up realizing that they find Shanks and Buggy as apprentices, but they don't look very strong. But they're actually not that very bad people. It's actually Shanks and Buggy, if you guys know it. And they were just apprentices on Roger's crew, etc. Anyways, we see to it that Roger is surprised about Oden's ability to actually reading a translation that he looked at, that Roger has, and it's the poneglyphs. Now, let's talk about these poneglyphs, okay? I mean, I think if I remember correctly, the Wano country was very known to be a very known people to have people who create these symbols whatsoever. And we see to it that, Oden explains to Roger that these symbols are secret code. The way of decoding it was passed from generation to generation to the firstborn of Wano's Kazuki clan. And Roger says, yeah, 13 years ago we managed to do what no one else has done before. Get to the end of the log post, the Road Star Island. But when we got there, it wasn't the final island. Our log posts couldn't get us ahead further because the needles couldn't stop spinning. And I'm pretty sure there's one more island needed to explore the entire world, and no one has done that before. Roger further explains that these inscriptions that's carved into 4 special red stones, I think they might be clues to the island's coordinates, but the world government banned the translation of poneglyphs long ago. I used to think of them as commonplace, so I was surprised when they turned out to be so essential. And we see too that Roger explains that the world government doesn't want anyone to reach the final island. That only confirms the legends of there being a huge treasure there. If we could get there, we will no doubt be the greatest pirate crew in the world. And what I mean, I will be. And Roger and Oden's like, what are you talking about? Dude, you are talking nonsense as a child. But Oden, on the other hand, says, Oden's face says otherwise. He actually was speechless. And we see to it that Roger actually begged Whitebeard. He says, please let me borrow Oden for 1 year. That is my last wish. With him by my side, I could actually get to the final island. And Oden's like, why in the hell are you deciding this yourself, And we see to it that Roger bows down to Whitebeard and says, please, 1 year. It will only be 1 year. And I think because Roger says he really needs him for 1 year, there's a big reason behind it. I'm pretty sure if you guys have been doing your research and been keeping up with One Piece, you will understand what's going on here. Whitebeard goes like, are you freaking serious, Roger? Do you think I'll lend you a member of my family? And he was so mad that the whole world started to freaking turn and toss and turn. But we see too that Oden tries to convince Whitebeard otherwise. I want to get to the bottom of this. Please, let me go with them. Just 1 year. That's all I want. And we see to it that Whitebeard hates the idea, but we see to it that Whitebeard obliges eventually, and we see to it that Oden decides to go with Roger's crew for about 1 year. And we see to it that, like, Roger gave all of his treasure as a thank you, you know? But Whitebeard possibly says otherwise, you know? Do you want your families to starve or something? And Whitebeard's crew says goodbye to Oden. And you know what's more funny is that even though Oden went with, like, Roger's crew to go travel around the world one last time, we see to it that Nekomamushi and Inugarashi decides, hey, we're just gonna join you for the hell of it. Funny stuff, right? But we also see to it that Roger's crew does not accept them. But you know what's more funny is that eventually they decide to accept them in the end. Like, here's what happened. I mean, we see to it that Roger's crew, they're pretty crazy. I mean, they went to a town and they actually stolen a lot of stuff, you know? It's a lawless zone or something. Go pillage and burn. And, you know, everyone actually loved Oden eventually. And we see to it that, you know, Roger, at this chapter right now, he only has 1 year left. Because he has a doctor, and of course we all know who that guy is. It's Kronos. The guy who takes care of Laboon. Very big back flashback, right? But yeah, Roger begged to Whitebeard because he only needs him for 1 year, and we all know why. Roger doesn't have a long time to live. And we see to it that's why Roger says we're in a hurry right now, and they end up going to Sky Island, and they end up finding another poneglyph, you know, which is something that, like, will lead them to the place where what Roger's been looking for. So yeah, pretty much this chapter right here, Roger and Whitebeard clash against each other, and they were on total crazy equal grounds, and Roger is begging Whitebeard, let me borrow Oden for at least 1 year. Just 1 freaking year. And we all know why. Because Roger only has 1 year left to live. Which means a disease or sickness that attacked him, he pretty much cannot be cured at all from it, you know? So yeah, pretty crazy stuff. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!